Good evening. It is Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025, and it's time for Danimal Story, sponsored tonight by Smiling Dan, too. If he's in the stream, by all means, fan him up. What the heck? Here's the headline. Rescue dog senses stranger's oncoming seizure as at pet adoption event. Rescue dog senses stranger's oncoming seizure at pet adoption event. Sienna, a 4-year-old Labradoodle Pit Bull mix with no special training, is being praised for helping alert others to a man's oncoming seizure. Just a few weeks ago, that's still newsworthy. A routine pet adoption at a Virginia church took an extraordinary turn when one of the foster dogs reacted to an oncoming medical crisis in a stranger, and in doing so, rescued him. Sienna, a 4-year-old Labradoodle Pit Bull mix, and one of the shelter's quote-unquote sweetest dogs, was found as a stray in a neighboring town, said Barb Shackelford, Vice President and Director of Friends of Campbell County Animal Control in Rustburg, Virginia. Sienna was among the dozens of pets looking for a forever home at the adoption event this month. She was calmly greeting attendees when, according to the shelter, she abruptly broke away from a group and walked straight to a man she never met before. Quote, she sat quietly at his feet, refused to budge, and softly placed her paw on his leg, the shelter wrote in a Facebook post detailing the event. It wasn't a trick. It wasn't prompted. It was pure intuition. Moments later, the man's wife approached and recognized he was having early warning signs of an oncoming seizure. Sienna knew. Before any human saw the signs, she knew, the shelter wrote. The man, identified as Josh Davis, told the Washington Post he has epilepsy and had forgotten to take his medication that morning. Thanks to Sienna's intervention, his wife, Kristen, quickly helped him return home, where he was able to rest and recover. If he hadn't calmed down and went home to rest, even with the nerve simulator, he was very likely to have a full-on convulsion seizure, Kristen told the Post. Neither the shelter nor its volunteers trained Sienna to detect seizures. Her actions were purely instinctive. Shackelford told NBC News that Sienna had been house-trained and has raised litters, but otherwise has no formal service training to be a service dog. We've always known Sienna is special, but today she reminded us that sometimes the ones we rescue are the ones who end up rescuing us, the shelter wrote. Kristen Davis commented on the shelter's Facebook page that while the family would have loved to adopt Sienna, they already have 3 other dogs and lack the room and resources to house another pup. However, Sienna won't be homeless for long. As her story went viral, adoption requests poured into the shelter. Sienna was eventually adopted by a Roanoke family with 2 sons, including one with epilepsy. Shackelford said Sienna has, quote, chosen her special person and has not left his side. This is what we want for all our shelter dogs, but especially for a pit bull mix who is a fabulous ambassador for her breed and for shelter dogs everywhere, Shackelford told NBC News. And we have a full-color picture of Sienna. Oh, isn't that cute? Heck, look at that face. Holy moly, we're delighted that Sienna has been adopted. And that is Animal Stories for Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025. Sponsored by Smiling Dan. Please fan him up if he's in the stream right now. And we'll be back to the best music on You Now in just a minute.